Leopold on his very first game here. Yeah. Everybody left the new guy in the dressing room tonight.
Piece of media here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. All right, fire away. Who's got the first one?
Jordan, I would imagine this is one that you won't forget playing your first game for the Blue Jackets. Hard-fought battle like this one tonight.
Yeah, it was a great win for us. You look at it. I've been traded many times, and it's the first one I've had where I got off the ice on another team and took a flight and got here and played. So, it's nice. There's no time to think about it. You just get out and play and go at it. But, yeah, it's a nice win.
Yeah, big win against a big team, and especially those last 5 minutes for them being shorthanded there. How huge was it to go out and work like you guys did on the penalty kill?
No, that was a big kill, but I think Bob played great. Second period he kept us in there. We got. Collective effort. It was a good win. First day and all.
You're on the ice?
I think they. So that's as far as most of the guys. I know a handful of the guys in here, but it'll come real quick.
Jordan, thank you. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Jordan Leopold with us here on the Tim Hortons postgame show from the dressing room, and Sergei Bobrovsky is talking. He hasn't talked for a long time, so it seems. Let's get a microphone in here and hear what Bob has to say.
Probably, yeah. I told him I expect, before the game, I told him I expect big hack from him.
Yeah. What was the difference tonight? Were you just feeling good to be back in the net?
Yeah, as I said, guys helped a lot. They made it comfortable for me. I had a couple saves and then feel pretty good game.
And once you felt the puck, did you feel like you hadn't missed a beat?
No, it's still, it's as I always say, it's a progress. It's process. I mean, so.
But it feels good to get in there and get a win in the first time back.
Yeah, definitely.
How about 100 career win? How does it feel?
Yeah, that's great. But it's a big credit for my teammates. Without them, I can't reach that number.
Sergei, you guys have had success against these guys the last couple of times. What is it? They're one of the best teams in the league the last couple of years. Why do you seem to play so well against them?
Yeah, but I would say we really good team too, and we go out and play for 2 points, and we expect win to go out.
How nice is it now, back-to-back wins? You guys can start to, as a team, you can start to turn it around and feel a little bit better about yourselves here.
Yeah, that's great. We had a tough time here, nine games losing straight, and now we deserve to enjoy a little bit here.
And you're going to be home a lot this month, so this is a nice way to start a little homestand, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Bob, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sergei Bobrovsky talking tonight here after the Blue Jackets' victory, a big, hard-fought 2-1 victory over the San Jose Sharks tonight. This place emptied out quick. Tomorrow must be a day off. Everybody's out of here quickly today. But let's see. Jess, for anybody else? Other guys are coming out? Well, if other guys are coming out, let's come on, Sam. Let's move up this way. If you're watching on BlueJackets.com, my expert cameraman, Sam, is back here once again. Eric's controlling the cords. If you're listening on the radio, well, just theater of the mind, right here in the Blue Jackets dressing room. But, again, hard-fought win by this team here tonight, the way they went out, and they just grabbed the 2 points. As Sergei just said, they're a good team, too. They go out, they play hard. They wanted those 2 points tonight. They wanted very much to put together back-to-back wins. After going 3 weeks without a victory, and then to go into Philadelphia last night and come out with that 1-goal win, to come in here tonight and have it go away again, now you find yourself going into Sunday and Monday kind of scratching your head and saying, well, what did we do in Philadelphia that we didn't do against the San Jose Sharks? Are we really heading in the right direction? Do we have to reassess this? They don't have to do that now. Now they can just take tomorrow off, kind of put the mind at ease, and get ready for a practice on Monday, because this week is going to be a tough week coming up with the Detroit Red Wings coming in here on Tuesday, and then the Boston Bruins are going to be here on Friday. And as if that isn't enough, then the Blue Jackets will have to turn around and go back to Philadelphia on Saturday. So nothing is easy in this league. There's no question about that. But the amount of work that they're going to have to do this week, this is a great 2-game stretch to kind of catapult yourself into a lot of home games. As I said to Sergei Bobrovsky, you're home Tuesday and Friday this week. You go to Philly very quickly, and you turn around and you're back on Tuesday and Friday again next week. So a lot of home games coming up here at Nationwide Arena. And one of the things that the guys were very adamant about this morning after the morning skate when we talked was that they wanted to play well at home. They don't feel like they have played up to their potential here on home ice. They feel that they have to do much better in that regard, and they went out there and they did do that tonight in picking up this victory against the San Jose Sharks. At one point they had a 2-0 lead, even when Joe Pavelski scored to cut that lead in half, and he did it in the final minute of the second period. We always talk about those kind of goals can be momentum-changing goals. They can, they can break your back sometimes if you let them. The Blue Jackets didn't let that happen tonight as they just continued to persevere and move on. So, again, here live in the dressing room, this is about as live as it gets here, waiting to see if anybody else comes out and wants to talk to us tonight. Well, not just me, us. So the funny thing about it is how everybody in the dressing room was just looking at me standing around talking to myself, which is the beauty of it all. But then again, I talk to myself all the time. So Alexander Wenberg's come out. Let's go ahead and listen to some of the things that he has to say.
Puck comes down the board and I just try to get it out, and I just saw him fall down, so I have no idea actually what happened.
You didn't feel anything with your stick?
No, nothing. So I don't know. I don't know if the referee made the right call, but for me it's just tough to 5 minutes left getting a penalty. I just feel bad letting the team down, but I've been going around thanking all the guys for helping me out.
Is that what it was? Yeah. You guys needed these games, these two. And what's the mood like now versus what it was during the streak, the losses that were piling up to win 2 games back-to-back against good teams? What's the mood like now?
I mean, absolutely. It's been a tough period, losing a couple of games there, but getting back here, getting 2 wins here. So from us, we're just building on this, having a day off tomorrow, and getting back and just try to play the same type of game, skating a lot, being physical, and felt like we've been playing better, having some tough period in the game, but it's getting better.
Alex, what about for you? You put together another good game tonight. I know you talked about you want to be consistent night in and night out. How good did you feel tonight going out and doing essentially the same thing you did last night?
I mean, I'm playing with more confidence. It feels better. I mean, today was a wing, and I felt like having a great line, and we scored a goal. So tonight it felt great out on the ice, and like I said, try to build on every great game I have, and be more getting better games after and after.
Yeah, you played on the wing, but you got Artem Anisimov back in there tonight. How nice was it to play with him?
I mean, absolutely, it's a skilled player, and for me, when you get the puck, you just try to find an open spot, and he find the tape through. So it's great to play with him, and hopefully it's going to continue with that.
Alex, were you holding your breath that entire 4-minute power play there?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's tough there. Like I said, I'm letting the team down with a high stick. It happened accidentally, but for me, just sitting there waiting out and see what happens. So I'm just glad the team worked it out, and it's a big win. And for me, I'm just going around thanking all the guys here. So
they'll never let you forget about it. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Alexander Wenberg talking with us tonight after this 2-1 victory over the San Jose Sharks here at Nationwide Arena. All right, we've got some stuff from the dressing room here. We'll head down the hallway, and Todd Richards will be meeting the media. I got to set up for my patented walkout shot coming out of the dressing room, because I get a lot of feedback from the walkout shot. If you've never watched this on BlueJackets.com, this seems to be the thing that people like the most, and I think they're still waiting for my cameraman to fall, but it's not going to happen. He's too professional for that. So the walkout is done. We're back out in the hallway, and I'm going to head down to the control room. We'll wait for head coach Todd Richards to come in and talk about this game tonight. 2-1 victory for the Blue Jackets over the San Jose Sharks, and you're watching BlueJackets.com and listening to the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network. Tim Hortons postgame show continues from here at Nationwide Arena, where the Blue Jackets get a victory over the San Jose Sharks tonight, 2-1 the final score. Well, when you only give up one goal, that usually means that your goaltender plays pretty well. And Sergei Bobrovsky, who has missed time with a broken finger, played extremely well here tonight. Having him back was, it was like he never left whatsoever. Bobrovsky getting tested very early in the game. The first couple of shots, I thought maybe the first shot he got, first or second shots were kind of from where the Blue Jackets wanted to give them up from. They wanted to give him up from the outside. Then all of a sudden he has to face a couple right in front. Does a great job. Even when he gave up rebounds tonight, it seemed like those rebounds came right into a position where he was able to make the follow-up save. The Sharks tried to come in tight quarters and put shots on him, and he was able to make those saves. He does a great job going out and covering up all those loose pucks near the net. I think when you go back and you look at that bad stretch the Blue Jackets had been on, there were a lot of those pucks that were lying around that people didn't take care of, whether it was the goaltender or whether it was the guys in front of the goaltender. But when it went into the second period, the San Jose Sharks just kept on coming. Again, tight-angled shots, and he makes saves, and you look ahead and you see that there are two or three guys standing right at the top of the crease there looking to clear any rebound, looking to help tie up that guy so he can't take a second shot, and that was key. And then, of course, you get into the third period, and by the time you reach the third period, it's, the San Jose Sharks, they're pushing all night long. They are really trying to get this game back into a tie after they got on the board late in the first period, or in the second period, rather. I thought Joe Pavelski, you put Joe Pavelski and Logan Couture and Joe Thornton out on the ice, every time you do that, there is that potential to score a big goal. And Sergei Bobrovsky just didn't let it happen tonight. He was fantastic. Nick Foligno able to give him the big hug at the end of the game once again, and it has been way too long since we have seen that sight, those two guys celebrating at the end of a game. Jody Shelley joins me here. Todd Richards at the podium, and we'll talk right after the head coach is done.
By that score, and to do it when you get Sergei Bobrovsky back.
When did I say we have to win 2-1?
A few times.
Have I? All right. Well, for me, it just wins. No matter how you can get them. And 2-1 is fitting, especially with Bob coming back into the net. Having played last night, there were moments that we were good, and there were some moments where we weren't good. And I think a lot of that had to do with playing last night, the travel, emotional game, and just some of the mistakes we were making were just, some simple plays we just didn't execute. But we found a way to win a hockey game. Our guys, we played hard, we battled, and again, right now, just finding ways to win hockey games is important, and we did that.
Fair to say that killing off that double minor is your biggest kill of the year, and you talked about how this kill needed to be a lot better.
You look up at the clock, 5 minutes to go in a hockey game, 2-1 game, double minor, and the way your penalty kill has been going, it's that moment right there. Credit to the players, kept the shifts short, won some battles. Bob made a couple saves. We executed, did the right things on the penalty kill. That was a big moment, big moment.
To expand on the penalty kill, you took the fewest amount of penalties that you have in quite some time. Were you happy with the discipline of the guys on the second night of back-to-back games?
Well, if you just said it, it's the fewest penalties we took, and so you have to be happy with the discipline that the players played with tonight.
Coach, just the confidence that getting a win last night can provide when going back a week, maybe your team doesn't survive a penalty that late in the game or a 4-minute double minor, that kind of a situation, but the composure the guys showed, confidence in the room.
I don't know if it's coming off of a win and feeling good about it. I believe the players weren't happy after the second period, the way we played the second period. Again, there were moments where we were good. It started with the power play. We had a power play to start the second period, and to me, we weren't ready to really do what was necessary on the power, the intensity part of it. And I think that's the way the period went. We had a couple flashes here and there where we were good. I don't know if it's the confidence of the win of last night and going into the penalty kill late in the period. But again, Bob made a couple big saves for us, and we won some battles.
Todd, Artie coming back and doing well in the face-off circle was a huge part of tonight's game right till the end. I thought he won a lot of big face-offs.
Everyone, we talked this morning about face-offs, and he would help in that area. And this is a good face-off team. San Jose is, and you know, it's the first battle of the shift. And having Artie back, you know, an experienced guy, but the other guys did well too. You know, Boone was good on the draws, and I think Chappie was 3 for 6, so he was 50%, and you know, Joe was great. So it's a big part of the game. You're starting with the puck rather than chasing it.
Todd, Leopold gets off a plane, dresses, gets on the ice tonight. Talk about what you saw from him in just 3 periods.
To be honest with you, I'd probably have to go back and watch the tape to give you a real, you know, kind of in-depth thought of it. A lot of times as a coach, when you're watching the game, a lot of times I miss a lot of the game because I'm constantly looking at the bench and trying to figure out who's coming out for them and who's going out for us. But the plays that I saw, just composure. You know, an experienced guy. You know, being able to settle things down and make a good first pass, making the right play, whether it's getting the puck out of our zone or getting the puck into their zone. And that experience, and right now, you know, with all the injuries, those are the type of plays that you need, and I think the type of players that you want to have, just to kind of lead the way for the young guys.
Is he maybe the type of addition you'd want to see? I know Yarmo talked about maybe looking at the waiver wire, looking at different options as a defenseman, but a guy that's 34 years old, that's played 700 games in the NHL, is that you know, a good replacement for Tootin right now, or for, you know, Ryan Murray and Cody Goloubov?
He's a good addition to the team. It doesn't matter who he's replacing. He's not necessarily replacing anybody. He's just a good addition to our group. And you're absolutely right. You know, we're a young hockey team, and having his experience out on the ice, but to me, it'll go well beyond that. It'll be his experience in the locker room and away from the ice.
I assume you're pretty familiar with him being a Minnesota boy.
You can't go wrong getting Minnesota guys. If you can get more Minnesotans, you instantly make your team better.
Especially defensemen, right?
It can be anybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
10:30 on Monday.
There's head coach Todd Richards talking about his team's 2-1 victory over the San Jose Sharks here tonight. Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley back with you. Let's start with Jordan Leopold because they just finished talking about that. Having him come in, a veteran defenseman, when a guy like Fedor Tootin goes down, Jordan Leopold travels all day. He told me after the second period, he was up at 6 o'clock this morning. His kids had a 5K run this morning. So he said, I knew I wasn't playing for St. Louis tonight, so I was up and I was ready to go.
Doing some chores.
Right. Before the day's over, I'm on a plane going to Columbus and I don't even have a suit. So that's been his day. He comes out there and he plays about 17 minutes tonight, and I thought he was great. And I think when most defensemen, when you say you don't notice them, that means they're doing their job because they didn't make any glaring mistakes. What do you think of him tonight?
I think you answered it right there, because for him to come in and not be noticed by the head coach, take it as a compliment. You know, you want to go out there and contribute, and I thought he did. He stood up well at the line. He made some good passes. He fit in well. He's got to learn a new system. He's got to play with new players. It's all different things, and he did it pretty much seamlessly. Plus, the team got a win. So, I mean, when you go to a new team and the team wins, that's a bonus for him. So, good job by the Jackets tonight. I thought they started. I was impressed with the first period. They came in off of that game last night, an emotional victory in Philadelphia. San Jose's waiting here, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, we discussed it earlier. What's going to happen with this team? How are they going to come out? An emotional lift tonight, a boost by Sergei Bobrovsky and Anisimov. You can't overstate that. He was great and a great addition in the faceoff circle, in the defensive zone, and guys seemed to follow. Ryan Johansson had a terrific night in the faceoff circle. He did some big plays out there. So, you know, there were some lulls in the game, that's fine. But so impressed with that, what Todd said, 4-minute penalty with 5 minutes to go against the San Jose Sharks, who are desperate to win. They haven't found their identity. I mean, I've been in the room with Joe Thornton when in those situations, he's like, all right, let's go get this. And you see it happen. The Jackets did a tremendous job there, starting with Sergei. And just a great night. A lot of great stories here tonight, and love the way they did it.
One more I want to touch on before we go here tonight, and it's still on the blue line. I thought Dalton Proud had his best game of the season here tonight. I don't know exactly why that was, or if there was a switch flip tonight, or if it was playing with Jack Johnson. Whatever it was, though, this evening, I thought he was money in most situations tonight, whereas earlier in the season he's been, he's looked hesitant with the puck at times and making passes that maybe he shouldn't be making. I thought tonight every decision he made was good. I thought the way he played physically was good tonight, and I really thought he was one of the better blue liners.
I love talking about Dalton Prout, and he's had a tough go because he hasn't had the opportunity to make a mistake and then just go out and play and forget it happened. He's been thinking too much, and when your ice time is cut by a mistake, it just compounds the mistake. But he's been allowed to get out there after a mistake and keep going and forget about the mistake, and then you'll see 2 or 3 good things out of him. And that's, you noticed tonight. I thought last night too in Philadelphia. That's kind of a muddy game. Those guys had to play a dirty style, grind it out on the walls, shut down players. He carried that over from last night into tonight, and I agree with you. He was outstanding tonight, and it's great to see that Dalton Prout play that style and have that success.
Oh, and what a difference a couple of days will make.
Oh,
right?
24 hours ago, right?
Yeah, it's no big
we
deal.
We had 1, now 2 in a row. Look out.
Back-to-back wins, 4 points picked up by the Blue Jackets. They can now enjoy a day off tomorrow and get ready to go back to work on Monday because Detroit will be here on Tuesday and Boston will be here on Friday. Jody, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. Take tomorrow off. Buddy.
All right. Hey, thanks. I wasn't going to, but since you said so. That's Jody Shelley. I'm Bob McElligott. Stay tuned. That's going to end our coverage here at BlueJackets.com, but Mark White has more of the Tim Hortons postgame show coming up on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.